It is time to showcase a little bit both of the Chinese new waifus that the Chinese server of NIKKE got recently. They only have this one, but we can see the other one as well. And then we'll also talk about the kit for the new girl, because I believe I already made a video on this one right here, on the current one that is on this screen. I think we did, yes, we did make a video a few days ago. And now we're gonna be talking about the other girl. Now, this girl, funny enough, by the way, it's a character that can transform into anyone in the lore, right? She's like a doppelganger. And the Chinese bros are making memes of her transforming into Rappy to cook Rappy. Chinese bros are already calling Rappy a cook. That's it. Both of them look really good. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% honest. God damn this ass, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, NIKKE, or the Chinese server, does not have a Nikkepedia, as you can see top right. There is no Nikkepedia. But the only way you have to check characters, which actually was like, how the fuck are Chinese bros checking her in game? If you go to the squad screen, you can actually click on her, but you need to have the other squad member. You cannot do this from the gacha screen. So I cannot check her, but Bolemis let me his account, and I can check her in here. Now, really good looking girl, okay, as you can see, pretty cute animations. She's just jumping around, chilling with the fox, our fox girl. I'll show her kit on a second, and we'll talk about it too when I show the animations first. This is a rocket launcher B2, 20 seconds, pretty standard stats. Also something really important, I know it's hard to see from where you guys are, but if I open paint and I show this on stream, because I have a good eye, I have good vision for the important things in life. If you can appreciate right here the mole, right, that's a good place to position a mole. Shift up, 10 out of 10. Good placement, honestly, as usual. Keep up the good work. Both of them looks pretty nice, fan service wise. TVs, as usual, look pretty good. Let's talk a little bit about her kit, which is a little bit more of the important stuff, I will say, no? Her kit is an interesting one because it's similar to Maid Mast. And let me open, obviously, okay, I don't know Chinese, guys. I'm gonna open here so we can talk about it. We translated this ourselves from a picture on a Chinese video, and then we double check. It should be correct, but as usual, once again, we do not know Chinese. We're just trying to understand these kids because we love this game, and this is a free content. Do posting on the Chinese server. That's it. As I was saying earlier, 20-second B2. Her first skill is a fox speech. Now, since it's a rocket launcher, when hitting an enemy with full charge attack, she will increase her max HP up to 10 stacks for 10 seconds. The important part is that it's 10 stacks, okay? Remember that because it's important for her burst and her skill too. She will also, when entering full burst, to two allies with the highest attack, increase reload speed 30% and critical rate on normal attacks 12%. Pretty good already, decent buffs with that. And this is also when entering full burst, so this can be used as an off burst for that skill. On the Chinese server, there isn't a lot of sources. Even on global, we don't have that many sources of reload speed, so it's always welcome. Skill 2, Spirit Fox Emerges. This is all this skill while she's on the possessed state. This only happens when she has 10 stacks on skill 1 and she bursts. Is the only way you can get possessed state, and the possessed state only lasts for 10 seconds as far as I know. So this means she cannot sustain this 100% uptime. She will only be able to do it every other rotation if she's losing all the stacks. But if you can actually maintain this, right, if you can get into the possessed state, she's gonna be to one random enemy, dealing 900% of final attack as damage every second. I am not sure if this is sustained damage or just final attack as damage. And she's gonna be increasing damage taken to that same enemy for 3 seconds. But since this is every 1 second for 10 seconds, I believe it is for 1 second every 10 seconds, you should be able to sustain this pretty well, right? The whole full burst duration and a couple extra seconds as well. While you are in possessed, to all alive except herself, she's gonna be giving 60% critical damage and 41% pierce damage, which is really big. This is a similar buff, not as big or not as a good overall character as Grave, but once again, more sources of pierce considering how many characters we have. For the teams that can take advantage of it, it's a pretty good buff, 41%, and this is continuously. And then lastly, when this state affects, she will reload her own magazine to 100% of the ammunition. Once again, this only happens if you have all the stacks of skill 1. And then lastly, we have her burst skill, Fox Immortal Arts, 20-second cooldown. All of these names, by the way, take them with a grain of salt for the skills. We're using different translators and just picking the ones we like the most. Affecting all allies, giving reload speed 34%, critical rate over normal attacks 22%, and hit rate 44%. Depending on the weapon type, hit rate is pretty good. Some weapons is just completely useless, like for example your machine guns, your snipers, your rocket launchers. Hit rate is good for shotguns, assault rifles, and SMGs only. That said, still it's a pretty nice buff. The problem is, like I was saying earlier, if you cannot get max stacks, her kit kinda sucks, because she's only giving crit rate and reload speed, and now hit rate. Every other offensive buff is locked behind you entering possession state, and you cannot do it every rotation. Because if you have max stacks of Summon Plan, right, you will remove all stacks, enter possession, and then the mechanical fox basically becomes possessed to assist allies. This fox right here that she has, right? This is a nice pet, which is Bolt 2.0, is what will become possessed. That looks nice, bro. Nice hips. And then you basically will become stunned for 10 seconds. This is what I was saying earlier. She is like made mass, because she becomes useless when she's bursting, and it's the full duration, 10 seconds, and you lose all the stacks. So you need 10 stacks again at full charge shots on a rocket launcher. So not really good, unless they get characters later that are better than global when it comes to duplicating stacks. We'll see. She will be increasing max HP by 25%, and then to the ally other than herself with the lowest HP, recover HP every second for 10 seconds, equal to 1.83% of her max HP. Honestly, her second part on her burst is not even that good. Like, we're not talking about, oh, she is increasing her max HP and then recovering HP for someone else and getting stunned. It's dog shit. But it's the condition to actually proc her skill 2, which is where all of her good buffs are. The crit, the pierce, and the damage taken as well, with the extra sustain damage or normal damage. So that's the problem with her kit. And that's that, like, she will become a stun on her own and then become kind of useless. You need a second B2, or at least that's if you want to be waiting until you get 10 stacks to burst. I assume you can run her as your only B2 and it's fine, because if you are bursting without having max stacks, she's not removing them. So you can still do it, but it's gonna be every other rotation. The problem is that while she is bursting, you cannot keep getting stacks because she is stunned. And nowadays, with how fast rotations are in NIKKE, that's useless. That's what I'm saying, that it's gonna be almost necessary you run double burst 2 characters so she can keep getting her stacks, and then every other rotation burst. Honestly, if she were to come to global, obviously her kit wouldn't be that amazing. She wouldn't be a character that's like, oh, she's meta. But the reload speeds are pretty nice. The reload speed buffs are pretty nice. The damage taken, critical damage, and pierce are pretty good. The only problem is how consistent it is to actually proc it. Assuming we translate this properly. That said, honestly, I like both of these characters. I do hope they do come to global because they both look really nice. I'm gonna lie. Do let me know if you guys want them in global or not. Some people on Twitter were saying that they don't want them in global. They prefer if both versions are different and the differences stay like that, and they don't want to see them. Other people do want them and say they look pretty nice. Some people even claim they look better than the anniversary characters, but I disagree because I've been waiting for Liberalia for 3 years. That's the only reason I disagree. These two look really nice. Enough jumping, we are live every single day. We should be live when this video is up tomorrow, playing Where Winds Meet. So if you're interested, come by, say hello. Links in the description down below. As usual, good luck with your pool generates, and I'll see you in the next one.